If. Breaking my balls all day yesterday. Guys, how you doing? Welcome Neighborhood Picks. Like and subscribe. We had our first league real discrepancy today. And I got to take the blame and the credit for the whole thing. We had like not an argument. We had to really get to the bottom of things, and it's because of what happened last night. Okay, let me give you a little rundown. I'm playing our friend Geese. Geese, how can I explain this kid? Geese is that guy with that like dry humor. He knows how to push the buttons of his friends. Just you want to fucking choke him, but you love him. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about him. Like I love the kid, but when I see him, he's getting a fucking Uncle Nooch left hook right to the fucking shoulder. He's gonna get a nice little. It's gonna look like a Minnesota Vikings helmet on his shoulder. You're getting one, Geese. You got one coming. So okay. Last night we're getting down to the nitty gritty. Fantasy football is going. I'm scoring a ton of points. I got Cup and Stafford. Blah, 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 blah. The Goose, I'm playing Goose, right? Geese, Goose. This fucking kid can't even tell me what I'm supposed to call him. I always heard of him as Geese. So he's at my house a couple weeks ago. I'm like, hey, Geese. I'm like, listen, Geese. I feel like when I'm talking to you, Geese is plural. Should I just call you Goose? He's like, whatever you want, man. Whatever you want. Like, what do you mean, whatever I want? What do I call you? Matthew. So, anyway, I'm playing against my crazy friend Geese. Okay? I'm going to start calling you Geese. So, now we're getting into Sunday night. The Steelers are playing the Seahawks, and I'm seeing my huge lead dwindle a little bit. He had C.D. Lamb, who caught that last one at the end of the Dallas game. Now it's like, oh shit! Like I was up by so much, I counted it as a W, and I'm 4-1 in that league, and I really need to get to 5-1 because I got the Cleveland backfield, Chubb and Hunt. They got a quick turnaround Thursday. I might not have either one of them. I could be in trouble if I go 5-1. If I can hold on and beat Geese tonight, I wouldn't be surprised if I'm 6-4 at the end of 10. This running back thing is gonna mess me up a little bit. So now here it is. I got one guy left. He plays tonight, Emmanuel Sanders. Geese has A.J. Brown, the receiver for Tennessee. So last night I'm watching the game, and it says A.J. Brown has the flu or illness. He might not play. So I'm like, oh shit, Geese is going to have to pick somebody up. So I'm looking, and I see Cole Beasley is on the waivers. So I'm like, fuck this kid. I'll play a little defense here. Hey, gamesmanship. I want to win, but I want to be within the rules. So in this app, it's called Sleepers. I highly recommend it to anybody who's been used to something for a long time and wants to switch. Awesome app. I highly recommend it. So keeps everything for you. Really informative. So so now Geese, I played the defense on Geese, but I'm looking at my roster, and there was nobody that I could afford to drop. The only guy would have been Pitts because I had Seals Jones in at tight end, but I can't drop Pitts and give up on him already. So I look at the guys I picked up in the morning, and I picked up Brandon Bolden in the morning. I was thinking about maybe starting him. I was thin at running back to begin with, but I didn't. I started J.D. McKissick, and it popped off. Thank God, or I'd be losing. So I made the right call there. So what happens is the Dallas game ends. The night game is on. Geese, it's like my head last night was like, if you snooze, you lose. Fuck him. I'm playing defense. So I go to pick up Beasley to get him on my team. So the Goose has nothing tonight, right? And I'm looking for a player to drop. So I hit Bolden. He played yesterday at 4 o'clock. What happens? It goes through. So now I'm like, oh, shit. So I was happy at first. I'm like, Geese, you snooze, you lose, bitch. Chess and checkers. I'm playing chess, you're playing checkers. Like, I'm talking shit. And then it kind of weighed on me. It weighed on me a little bit. And I woke up this morning, and I was thinking, I've never seen a fantasy league where you can drop a guy and that played that day and pick somebody. So if I had dropped a guy that did not play, perfectly fine. But in this league, we took a vote today, and it was the right thing. I called the commissioner, told him what I did this morning, and I called Geese, and I told him, listen, if you want Beasley, I don't want to win cheap. So, he was breaking my balls all day. He said, there's going to be an asterisk by your name if you win, blah, blah, blah. And then today he's like, well, you already did it. I'm like, Geese, I'm calling you to fix the problem. Because if we're going for playoffs and it's 5, 6, 7 weeks from now, and say we're jockeying, and somebody that I had that played at 1 o'clock on my bench played already, and I need somebody, I could drop him. We got to know that. So we made the rule that we got to police each other on that, and that you cannot drop a guy that played that day to pick somebody up later on that night or Monday Night Football. So that's cool. So we got that all straightened out. But that leads me to the real most important thing of this whole thing. Now tonight, I'm up 9 on Geese. I got Emmanuel Sanders. He's got Beasley. So I'm up 9. And here's the question. In Buffalo, who's the number 2? A lot of times guys morph. The 1 will be the 2, and then it switches. And then, we thought coming into the season that Stephon Diggs is number 1. We know that. We assumed Beasley was the number 2 receiver in Buffalo. Now, about a month ago, 3 weeks ago, I was seeing Sanders catching these touchdowns, and I put on for Beasley and Sanders in the waivers, and I got him, and he's done nothing but produced. I'm going to give you Sanders' numbers right now. Emmanuel Sanders, percentage of snaps offensively that he was on the field out of 100% of his team's offensive snaps. Emmanuel Sanders, I'm going to go from game 1 to now. 93%, 77, 80, 71, 79. I'm going to read that again. Emmanuel Sanders, 93, 77, 80, 71, 79. That's solid. That's consistent. Targets for Emmanuel Sanders, 8, 6, 6, 6, 5. That is steady. Now, Beasley, percentage of time on the field, first 5 games, 91, 60, 66, 50, 34. What happened last week? Okay, targets, Beasley, 13, 4, 13, 2, 2. Goose, I will fucking kill you if he gets one of those 15 targeters tonight. But let's get to this. Who's the number 2 receiver on Buffalo? The reason why it's such an important question, guess who leads the NFL in points per game? Buffalo. They're the highest scoring team in the league. And Diggs has been kind of quiet. So, here's their overall stats. Emmanuel Sanders has 19 catches to Beasley's 26. But that's where it stops for Beasley. Yards, 322 for Sanders, 215 for Beasley. So Sanders is out yarding him. Touchdowns, 4-0. So Emmanuel Sanders has 19 for 322 and 4 touchdown catches. Beasley's got 26 for 215. Means he catches 2 yards a pass, and that's it, for 0 touchdowns. So I'm thinking that Emmanuel Sanders, who goes everywhere and just happens to always fit in, and he's such an underrated guy, 34 years old. What a good pro. I have to say that I think Emmanuel Sanders is the clear-cut number 2 now in Buffalo, and as barring injury, that's how it's going to be. So I'm hoping that because I called the commissioner, squall on myself, and I allowed the Goose to have Beasley, that things stay right, and Captain Karma brings me through tonight to beat the Goose. So I'll tell you what, I'm up 9. It's Emmanuel Sanders against Beasley. This is why we love fantasy football. Every time Josh Allen drops back to pass, he could get points, I could get points. Red zone, all that shit. It's a hard attacker. It's the reason we love fantasy football. And Nate got a great game later, and I think Nate and Cole? Oh my God, you guys are like 6 points apart. Josh Allen's going. We got high implications in this game. I know Patty's got Josh Allen going in Tony Cove's league. We got a lot tonight is great. Henry, a lot of fantasy guys, but I really, I really think that Cole Beasley. Last year, I've seen Beasley make so many awesome catches and like hobble off. I have about 10 images in my mind of Beasley hobbling off. Nobody ever mentioned that he was hurt, but I've been seeing him hobbling a lot. And just the inconsistency of his time on the field, 91, 60, 66, 50, 31. Targets, 13, 4, 13, 2, 2. It just goes to show you that he can't be right. Remember, these guys are not healthy all the time. I'm hoping they didn't rest them up for tonight. But I got to say, Emmanuel Sanders is the number 2. If he's still on your waiver wire, you got to grab him. And I'm really hoping that I do not get outscored by more than 10 tonight, because that means that Beasley will have crushed Sanders. This whole thing would be throwing me off. I'd be wrong for the time being, because if Beasley outperforms Sanders tonight, now you're really mixed up. But Buffalo's so good that maybe they just spread it out that good. But the way they're spreading it out now is perfect. Let's not change it, because it looks like where the end zone is when Sanders gets open. So, fuck Cole Beasley. No, but that's where we were. So, good job, JFFL, getting everything straight in the league. Good dialogue. We all got, it's all high integrity guys. Everybody's moral compass is in the right spot. As long as we can always keep things good like that, the league could go forever. And I'm happy, and we voted against me. I'm the one that called on myself. We took the vote, and I lost it, but I feel like it was a good day in our league. So, Goose made the best man win tonight. No asterisk, no if. If the dog didn't stop taking shit, he would have caught the rabbit. No ifs, okay? Goose, you got Beasley. I hope A.J. Brown makes a miraculous recovery and plays, and you got him on the bench. Good luck tonight. Emmanuel Sanders versus Beasley. Who do you think's the number 2 in Buffalo right now? And how far are they going? Because they look like a Super Bowl contender. And just in case you forgot, I got 2 bets going for the season. Shout out to C-Rich for having a couple really good ones. Prop bets. I got to talk about a couple guys. P-Riz, C-Rich. Got a couple guys with some really interesting shit. I want to get them in here and talk about this stuff. But I got Antonio Brown over 700 receiving yards. It's like 699.5 for the year. I'm about to go collect that like next week. And I got Tennessee to win the Super Bowl. $100 pays $3,000. So I'm looking, if Tennessee could show me something tonight and get that real good lead on their division, we could really see something from them. And the Giants haven't gotten blown out by that much by the first half at home since 1992. So good job, Giants. I'll talk about you one of these years. But we had our first league discrepancy. We handled it perfect. Great. Carmelo's league, Cody. Gotcha, kid. I'm going to start doing all the league shows every day, too. Each league different. But I just wanted to get that in real quick. Who's the number 2? Sanders or Beasley? And for all you other guys in fantasy leagues, if you keep the communication and the dialogue up and everybody keeps that level of respect, you'll always be good. I've been around a lot of characters in leagues, and a lot of guys disappoint you. You can't just say fuck it and not care, because once you get that going on, then the league is basically down the toilet. So great job today. Let's have some fun tonight watching these games. And Goose, go fuck yourself.